Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? We had a great offseason. Now, it is time for my second season as general manager and president of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we are excited with everything we have done. And we have set a realistic goal for ourselves to get 48 regular season wins and make the playoffs, and yes, get past that dreaded first round. We're excited to bring in the faces to help us do that and to help develop our new young superstar players and to bring in a face that has for so many years beaten down and destroyed this franchise, and now he's here to help us win, Patrice Bergeron. We're excited for him to teach our young stud, Connor Bedard, and we're excited to start this fantastic season. So before we get into the regular season and work our way through that, keep up month to month and make changes as needed, we're going to look at our media questions and see what we have come across. We have one question here. You missed out on Carson Bjarnason. Now, I don't know if we made ourselves clear. Ilya Samsonov is our goalie of the future. We have signed him long term. We believe in that young goalie, and I don't think Carson would have been the proper target for us when we have him on our team for a long time to come. We believe in Samsonov, and he will be our goalie. So since that's the only question, we're going to push on to the regular season and see how things go. And like I said, 48 wins, that's our goal. So thank you, and let's get into a great year. So going into the year, this is the team. Pacioretty, Bergeron, Tarasenko, Palat, Bedard, Armia, Mikheyev, Lundstrom, Brown, Drouin, Gaudette, and Malgin. Then on defense, Giordano, Parenko, Sandin, Soderstrom, Murray, and Kaminsky. And then in net, like I said, Ilya Samsonov and Joseph Woll will be our backup. This is the team we've designed for a nice long run into the playoffs, and it all starts today. We will move on to Boston, and we will see how this 8-game month of October treats us. We start out the year with a Lundstrom injury. That's not the best. It's not the best. Hopefully he's back soon. As we win to Florida, Gaudette also gets injured. So we are reaching into our depth early. Lundstrom is back, and we beat Carolina. We go on to beat Montreal in overtime. We beat Dallas. Tarasenko takes an injury. That is not going to be good, but Gaudette does come back. We don't need that trade right now. A big win. But now the coach wants to talk to us about an updated promise we made in the offseason. This is the conversation regarding Connor Bedard and how he feels about him playing the regular season. Given the circumstances with Connor being injured, I get that you can't fulfill your promise anymore. Thank you for understanding. I hope you see a speedy recovery. Toronto player has been injured with a pulled groin and will be out till November 7th. Connor Bedard's first year with the club, big injury. 8-3 win over Washington. We beat Chicago. I don't want Tyler Bozak back in Toronto, so we'll pass that. We don't need Bernier, even though we're getting a second in that trade and a fourth. We don't need Bernier, and we want to keep Connor Brown. 7-1 to start the year. Very good month, if I do say so myself. And the one that they wanted to trade, Connor Brown, is leading the pack. 8 games, 10 points. Unfortunately, with Bedard's injury, that's kind of tough. He was off to a hot start with 6 games, 3 goals, 1 assist. So hopefully he can come back and pick up where he left off. Even Kaminsky, not a terrible start for a rookie. Couple of shots, only -2 and 1 assist. We will be monitoring these 2 young players throughout the year. We have 12 games in the month of November, hoping to pull out 9 of them. And we start with a loss to Boston, a loss to Tampa Bay in overtime, and a Colton Parenko injury. That is tough. Our team is taking bad injuries right now. 3 losses. Those are our 3 losses. Colton Parenko is back. Those are our 3 losses allotted for the month, and we've just lost again. We are on a terrible losing streak, guys. Absolutely terrible losing streak. We might not win a game this month, and we got to figure out how to stop the hemorrhaging as Patrice Bergeron gets injured. And when Patrice Bergeron gets injured, we go on a winning streak of 4-5 game winning streak. After the month of November, Pacioretty is now our point leader. Connor Brown is still in the mix of it. That is just lovely to see. He is a -6 though, so we might have to move on from Connor Brown. Bedard is back, 17 games, 8 points. Hopefully he can get going. Being that we've had a lot of injuries, I'm not too worried that we're 12-7-1 right now. We do have 14 games this month, and we're going to shoot for a realistic 9 wins, allowing 5 losses. Hopefully we can get back on track after some big injuries. Connor Brown for a second, I'm going to decline that. He's doing too good for us. And we have started the month out with 3 wins, which is nice. Ilya Mikheyev, no. 4 wins this month so far. We're playing Boston. We take a loss to Boston. We take a loss to Tampa Bay, and then we lose again to San Jose. We beat Tampa Bay in the second game of the month, which is nice. Bergeron is back from injury, and we win the game on his first game back. So that's nice. Ryan Murray's back from injury. We're slowly piecing together a healthy squad as everybody is starting to come back, and we are getting more and more wins. Drouin and Mikheyev for 2 seconds. We have to decline that as we need both those players to help us just go deep. Palat and Brown for 2 seconds. I might have to update my trade block because we are not interested in any of that. People are pushing hard for Connor Brown, and I don't want to move on from him. We set a goal of 5 losses in the month of December, and we only lost 5 games. So that was perfect. It's exactly what we wanted to see. Connor Brown back on top as the leading point getter for the team. Patches is right there. Connor Bedard is picking up as he's starting to work his way through the group. Lundstrom, who we picked up when we were just selling everybody as a piece of a prospect and draft picks. He is working his way up and doing great. Bergeron is not doing bad. He's faced some injury. As long as he can help this squad when it gets into the playoffs, that's all that matters. Now, when it comes to our goalie, Samsonov, 27 games, 16 wins, 9 losses, a .913 with 2 shutouts. He is not doing terrible at all. And Wool with 9 games, 5 wins. He is not doing bad at all. 3 goals against. I like the goals against a standard 3, but it's close, and he's a backup. And all we need our backups to do is win more than they lose, and he is doing that. The month of January, we have 14 games. We are again going to shoot for 9 wins, because that'd be another very productive month. And we start with a win to Philadelphia. We get a win to New Jersey. We go into Edmonton, get the win. We lose to Buffalo, and we lose in the island. Lundstrom is hurt again with an MCL sprain. He is going to be out until February 8th. That is going to be a hit, but we get the win in Detroit. Followed up with a loss in Anaheim. And Patrice Bergeron wants to have a conversation. Bert Crown, right now I don't believe I'm performing to the best of my abilities. I think the only way to answer a true veteran is by just giving it to him straight. Patrice, while I don't think you've been performing up to expectations, you shouldn't beat yourself up about it. Any suggestions that we can help you with? I think that was the way to answer that with a veteran. I've thought about it, and I think I need better chemistry with my line mates or more ice time to solve this issue. I'm going to promise him more minutes because I can't promise him line mates as our team is doing well. If anything, we might move from Bergeron onto somebody else. Excellent. I'm glad to hear about this. I think moving on from Bergeron, if he gets whining a little too much, might be what we have to do. We get a win against Minnesota, followed by San Jose, who's had our number both times we've met them so far. We're gonna go into Calgary, and we're gonna beat them in Calgary. We're gonna beat the Kraken and the Island. We get the win against the Islanders, which is nice because they've had our number as well. Jake Gardner and Mrazek can stay right there in Chicago. LA, a 1-0 game, a tight game in LA, and then we beat the Kraken again. We had a prediction of 5 losses. We only lost 4. Going into February, we have 31 wins, and our goal was 48 on the year. We are looking good. We're going to take this minute to look at our point getters. Connor Brown has just been tearing it up for us. I'm so glad we brought him back in the offseason. Pacioretty, Tarasenko, Palat, everybody doing great. Connor Bedard working his way up the ranks. He is having a great rookie year, and I can't wait for him to be the best player on this organization. In the entire league, we are currently 4th, back by 3 points, but we have 4 games in hand over St. Louis. So that's going to be nice. A couple of wins, and we're ahead of St. Louis. Carolina and Vegas is both ahead of us by 1, but they have 2 games more than us played. I'm going to go out on the limb and say right now, this is the best organization in the league. We have 10 games going into trade deadline. I would like to see us get 8 wins. Patrice Bergeron would like to have a conversation. You promised me more minutes, but I'm still riding the pine. Why am I not playing more? Yeah, our current lineup makes the most sense. I'm sorry that this hurts your feelings, but our current lineup is winning games. You're right. The team comes first. Agreed. That's right. As long as you understand that, Patrice, we can do good things. We can move on. With that mentality, we can keep him here. Mikheyev is ready to come back. Like I said, 10 games. We want to win 8 of them. Starting in Vegas with a win in overtime. Going to St. Louis, Ilya Samsonov just got injured. That is not good. Not good as we take losses back to back. And Samsonov is ready to return to the lineup. Thank goodness. We didn't want to be out long term without him. And we get a win right when he comes back. And Wool's happy he's back and gets a win for us back to back. Bergeron has been injured. Ride more pine, Bergeron. As he gets injured, we get a win. We go to Edmonton, we get a loss. Vegas is a loss. Anaheim is a win. So in the month of February, we wanted 8 wins. And we only got 5. That was tough. We're 12 wins away from our goal of 48 wins, and we still have a significant amount of games left. I think we'll hit our goal. We should crush our goal, actually, but in how we're going. So we're gonna go ahead to the day before trade deadline day. We don't want to get too crazy as we lose a game and we win the game right before trade deadline day, which is nice. We want to be buyers in the trade deadline, as we are right in the thick of things. Seth Jones is currently on the market. D'Angelo on the market. Ryan Johansson. Do we potentially look at switching Ryan Johansson? Oh, never mind. There's a trade announcement. LA has traded Iafolo for Jano. Devin Tays. Dylan Strome. 26, Dylan Strome might be a good way to go. Good young club, but I think we got to keep Patrice Bergeron. I'll go and made a trade. I think we missed out on Mantha, so that's not good. I wonder if I could get Zuccarello on the squad. We don't want to give up our first. Give up 2 seconds for Zuccarello, and they take it. I think that that's a good move. Gives us some good forward addition to the squad. Marc-Andre Fleury is available. Giving up some big futures out of our team to try to get that Stanley Cup now. And we get it. Marc-Andre Fleury. Joseph Wool he's going to have to move down. But I think that was a very successful trade deadline day. Let's see what the team looks like now. Zuccarello with Bergeron and Tarasenko. Bergeron should be happy about that, as he's got good chemistry now. We don't like the chemistry with Connor Bedard. Hopefully the coach can keep it like that. Let's do that for now, because we want Connor to be happy. Fleury takes the starting role from Samsonov, but it's okay. It's just for the year, and it's just for the Stanley Cup push. I hope Samsonov understands, but it's what we got to do. We have 13 games left in this month. If we can get 11 wins, that'll put us at our goal before we even get to April. So hopefully we can get through this month with only 2 losses. We've got 2 wins. We take our first loss of the month, and Soderstrom gets injured. 2 losses have happened. Going into Colorado, we get a win, Ottawa a win. Boston, we take the loss. So unfortunately, we get 3 losses on the month. Another win. Buffalo, we take a loss. Oh, a loss. Hopefully we don't keep this streak going, and we got another loss. Calgary, we get the win. We break the loss streak. That was 3 bad games right there, but we put them behind us. Going into April, we are looking at 44 wins. Very close to our goal. 9 more games to get 4 wins. I think we can do it. Connor Brown, even after adding Zuccarello to the squad, he gets back on top. Bedard is middle of the pack, but I feel like next year will be his breakout season. I really do. Because I'm probably going to go and look at getting a center to play behind Bedard instead of in front of him like Bergeron is currently doing. But let's finish this season and see where we are sitting. Arizona, we get the win. We go to Florida, and we lose to Florida. We lose to Boston. 2 losses in a row in our own barn. We lose to St. Louis in our barn, but we beat Montreal on the road. We lose to New Jersey in our own arena. For Crown, I don't feel like right now playing 15 minutes of ice time in a night is enough for my abilities. I 100% agree, Connor, but you're gonna have to ride it out, buddy, until next year. You really are. Let's work on that, sure. You're gonna have to ride it out till next year, Connor. I don't want to make promises I can't keep, but buddy, you're gonna have to hold off. We need to win a Stanley Cup this year, and you need to slowly develop. Right now, I don't think I'm performing to my best. Agreed. You can do better than 45 points in a season. I definitely agree. Connor Bedard's getting kind of questiony. Okay, guys, the end of the season has arrived, and we did not get our 48 wins. We only got 46, but we made the playoffs, and that's what counts. Right? We made the playoffs. What a great season we have just had. We did not get our goal of 48 wins, but we made the playoffs, and that's all that matters. Because now what happened in the regular season doesn't matter. What comes down to is this next 7 games, getting 4 wins to get us to the second round so we can carry on from there. It was a great season, but it's not over yet. We need to do great in these playoffs. If the media has any questions, just put them down below and they'll be answered. But what a great start and end to the regular season. Now onto the playoffs, where it really counts to get the real wins. Thank you guys for coming to this press conference. Have yourself a wonderful day.